Hello and welcome to my first day at work as an intern in Paris. Wish me luck. For a long time, I felt like I was stuck in a loop and needed a win. Not just a change in routine, but a sense of achievement. After a stressful few months of job hunting, among many other things. So I guess this is one of the wins. Let's see how it goes throughout the day. Honestly, why does it have to rain on my first day? I am like half drenched already. Half the day has not even passed. Okay, so you saw how that week went, and it's also the end of that week and of a beautiful Sunday, except for the fact that it's gonna still rain. But I'm okay because I'm home. Damn, time flies so fast. It has been a long week, and I have been pretty observant of every passing day. So I have some reflections that I want to really share with you. These are not just realizations that I had, but something that I actively did throughout the week to make it more fulfilling and less nerves. And in case you are someone who's also entering a new phase in their life, you might want to stick till the end in case you relate. And then let's talk about it in the comments. Okay, before I begin, here's a disclaimer. In case the thoughts get a lot for you, I will try put up a visual representation at the end of the video so that you can check it out in case you're in the same place as me. Don't tell I didn't warn you. Behaving like I belong. Like the first day was so overwhelming. Here's a short clip to prove it. Guess what? This is the face of somebody coming from their first day of work. I am so exhausted. Okay, signing off right now. Really tired. There was so much going on and I felt like there was a lot to handle. I also realized that I attach my worth to how quickly I get things right, and that made me super anxious while walking into a new space. Good news, I eventually owned my space, and guess what I noticed next? That people started to feel more comforted in my presence, and I guess that's because I started to use my presence with more intention and make others feel more supported, thus proving also that me joining the team as a new member added another layer of value to everybody out there. Okay, so as I felt like there was a lot on my plate, naturally there came a lot of noise with it. So, one thing that I've always tried to do is think independently, and that's where trusting myself became really important to prioritize who to listen to and what to listen to. The next thing that I am still learning actually is letting go of a past identity. Like the other day, I accidentally introduced myself as a marketing student to a client, and later one of my colleagues pointed this out to me. And in that moment, I realized how deeply I had been holding on to that identity, that title, that label, which I'm not anymore. And right now, I am starting in a different phase of my life where I need to hold a different label. And the transition seems to be a bit harder than it sounds. That actually made me think about how sometimes we cling to certain versions of ourselves that have served us till that point. But by doing so, I think that we might limit ourselves to the possibilities we can imagine for ourselves, to what more we can become. And this ties back to what I said before about behaving as if you already belong there. Because I think when we finally start to see ourselves as someone who does belong in a new space, for example, here, not as a student or as a beginner, but as someone playing an active role, that's when we start to accept the responsibilities on us and things start to look up and start shifting. And if you see, that's when we actually would start to feel responsible for what we can bring to the table. And also stop waiting to be told if you're doing right. And I guess I still attach my worth to how quickly I get things right, in the hope that I don't mess up or disappoint myself. So I end up pushing my boundaries even harder to avoid those disappointments. But I guess in that process, I stop recognizing any sort of wins, be it any amount or any kind, and that's not a good thing. But somehow in this week, fortunately, I was compelled to learn how to define my own wins and recognize the boundaries that I'm pushing, even though nobody is watching or nobody is noticing me. And that's the shift. It's not about getting it right at the start, it's about showing up regardless, no matter what. We don't need more approval, we need more ownership. That entire explanation made me tired, and hence this. But this is what I realized, that it was a vicious cycle, and the only way to break out of it is by having a balanced belief in myself. And remember at the start, I told you that I would visualize this for you because it's a lot of information, a lot of thoughts. And if you want to screenshot it, go ahead. Don't get me wrong, it's not about me having all the answers. No, I do not. I just try to structure all my thoughts better so that I can process it and I can share it in a better way with you guys. By doing this, I also try to make sense of my experiences. So that's the cycle I found myself in, and maybe if you have been there too, I would love to connect and talk more about this. But to break through from this cycle, I realized that it's not a single grand external moment, but it's more about something inwards and more about choosing to take ownership and make that space my own, make any space I am in my own. And yeah, that's about it. Also, real quick, before I end this video, I wanted to let you know that I am working on creating a small community for people who are either creators, overthinkers, or just figuring out life like how I am, clearly. And if that sounds like you, please drop in a comment or a DM through my Instagram, and I would love to build it alongside you, get your suggestions and ideas, and just do it. Do it all. And finally, I wanted to ask you guys, what is that one limiting belief that you are ready to drop off before you step into a new phase in your life? You can comment below because I would really love to get to know you guys, and I think it would be a lot less harder for all of us if we get a space to share and communicate, right? And yeah, I'm super excited to hear from you all, and see you in the next video. Bye.